Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how long it actually takes to go from an idea that you found, maybe Jungle Scout or Helium 10, contacting suppliers and actually getting that idea up and running. And look at a realistic time frame for all of those of you out there who are thinking about starting this soon. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, so I was just doing a little bit of product research. We could just open up any one of these, to be honest. Let's see. Let's go with a garage sale signs with stakes. That's fine. That's fine. We could use that. So this is actually a good example. Why don't we pull up two things? One thing that I think will be rather easy, and one thing I think will be a little bit hard. So we'll pull up that one, and then we'll pull up something like, here we go. Perfect. All right, here's two good examples of products that would have, so I want to cover just really quick. I want to cover something that's really relatable to me right now. That's why I thought of this video. Depending on the product that you're launching, I don't know why I'm going like this. Depending on the product that you're launching, you will have vastly different lead times and vastly different times to take it from an idea to an actual product on Amazon. For instance, I am really excited about a product that I just found, I want to say 5 days ago, right? 5 days ago. I have already completed package design. I've placed orders with variations. I have received a sample. I have sent out inventory to a photographer. Like, it's just in the package will be done within the next couple of days, 3 days or so. So in literally a week, maybe 7 or 8 days, I'll have gone through the whole process of finding the product, contacting the supplier, getting my package design, getting the packages labeled, sending it to Amazon, getting the shipment created, getting it sent out. And then it just becomes a shipping time, which is almost always 25, 30 days, somewhere in there. If you have faster sea shipping, the port clearances go really well, and it gets picked up right away and delivered right away. It's on a West Coast delivery or something, close to 25 days. Middle of the country, East Coast, we're looking at 30, 33 days, something like that. So in essentially as little as 35 to 37, maybe 40 days from finding the idea, it'll be listed. It means if you found your first product idea on like May 1st, it's the middle of May now, but by June, 10th or June 13th, that thing could be up on Amazon. Now that's a pretty exciting thought. However, let's switch over to the other product that I'm launching simultaneously to this one. I've been working on this for months. It has been, to say the least, a little bit of a pain in the butt to design. And we just finally paid or received an invoice for getting the order started. So production time hasn't even started yet. All of that time has just been sampling, working on designs, redesigning because it's very design based, and making a customized product, which ironically we did not even end up going with. It was something that was already pretty much assembled, but we changed a very small thing about it, like the sizing or something like that. This product is going to take 35 days to produce and an additional 30 days to ship, right? That's your shipping time, your product lead time. So we're looking at 2 months in addition to the month that I just spent on design. So that's 3 months to get that product in versus nearly, a little over a month and a week for the other product. So it can vary, and what causes that to vary? So let's look at these markets. I pulled up this one specifically because I was thinking, hey, you know what? Like bamboo curtains, I would imagine that like a good differentiation for this would be to use like a different shade of bamboo and do like a different design. So see how some of these have like thicker stripes, some of them have thin, some of them have horizontal and vertical striping, and then some of them don't have striping at all. This is a good example of a product that you could likely customize because it's probably being tied or made in a process where you could manipulate that process and change how it's going to look as the end result. This is something where doing that by hand or setting up new machines to do that thing the way that you want to have it done, that's a process that, first of all, the sampling and getting just the prototype to look right might take that month or 2 months like I was talking about. I'm spending with my product designing a new version of it. Whereas if we go to something like a garage sale sign, this is literally a piece of, probably cardboard or plastic with stakes attached to it. and you could probably print 500 of these things in a week, right? Even if you completely customized it. If you didn't customize it, they're already pre-printed and you could probably order them within a couple of days. So that's that variance that we're talking about, right? It's not always going to be that it takes 3 months to get something listed on Amazon. It's like this big dreaded process, and every time you want to list something on Amazon, the fastest you could go is like once every 3 months, unless you're doing multiple at the same time. That's not exactly true. It depends on the product is really the best way of looking at it. If you're doing more customizations and varying further from the type of product, it's likely going to take longer. But there's something else that I wanted to add in there. The type of product itself and the type of supplier is going to determine how long it takes. If we go to, there's wholesalers, there's distributors, there's suppliers, there's manufacturers, suppliers kind of grouping them. Some of them are going to have units pre-made, like hard plastic products or things that can be molded, silicone products. They likely have a stock of those already to choose from, maybe thousands of units of those that you could just buy 400 of, and they just slap them into a box and ship it out. And that's the really quick process. That's what ended up happening with example A that I gave you, where it didn't take very long at all. The product itself is already made for the most part. It's just bundling it with other things, putting it in a box and shipping it. That's why it's so easy. And then printing our box label, putting it on the box and shipping it. That's why I was able to get that done so quickly. A lot of you are probably wondering, like, well, how did you get something done in 7 days and the other one took 2 months? It's a lot of the time, it's just the product. That's all it is. It's not something you're doing more effectively or more efficiently. It's just the nature of the product. So if you're kind of excited to get started and you really want to pick something, keep what I'm talking about here today in mind. Something highly customized is going to be usually better. The whole reason we spend all that time to customize something is we have faith in our design, and we think that by having a vastly new product and a new differentiation, it'll make us stand out more in the market, and it usually does. Sometimes just bundling products together that already exist works just fine too. Right? There's things on Alibaba, there's things on your supplier's storefront that aren't on Amazon yet, that are new designs already, just the same way that you could have designed something new and put it there. They've already done so, it's just not listed yet, no one's ordered that from them. Sometimes that's a absolutely fine way to go. So to leave you off on this video, I would say that on average, you're going to be looking, I've just noticed that production time for me on average, if I'm averaging out the long orders, the short orders, is going to be about 2 weeks to 3 weeks. That makes sense from like the time I pay them to the time they're ready to ship out. The faster end of that could be as low as a week to get everything done. But hey, guess what? There was some long nights of me staying up working hard to make sure the packaging designer knew what they were doing. The person doing the photography knew what they were doing. That's okay. That takes a little longer because you could be working on that while it's shipping. But I had to do a lot of the photography myself to speed up that process. I needed photos for the packaging, etc. So there was a lot of work that I went into it from my end to get it done that quickly as well. Don't just think it was like, oh, it was so easy. Sometimes if you want things done, hey, you got to do it yourself. You got to do it right. Make sure if you're excited about something, you really want to get into a space, start cracking on that product. But other than that, yeah, I'd say that's a good place to stop for today. Expect to have variances in how long it's going to take to source different kinds of products. Things that are likely to be stocked and stored, easy to make, molded products are going to be a lot quicker to sell. Things that you want to customize, things you want to make yourself, things that are sometimes like handmade products, maybe like this, or weaved products, might take a lot longer. They're probably don't have huge stocks of these. That's gonna do it for today. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I will be seeing you here on the channel tomorrow for another one. Be sure to subscribe down below. Thanks so much. Later.